So going back to the different programs and how they're happening here in the U.S., it's about divisiveness, us versus them, and how the outrage. So that's another kind of addiction. We get addicted to outrage. We get addicted to the dopamine that gets released in our brain, and it's crazy that something so toxic can be so addictive, but it is. And this is where nature comes in again. If we lay down on the earth for about 15 minutes every day, our adrenal system would calm down. Most people, if they are well dressed, if they're dressed so they're comfortable and warm, when they lay down on the ground like that and relax, they'll fall asleep. That's how fast their nervous system shifts. So laying down on the ground is a wonderful way to regulate the system. But having a daily practice of that, I don't know many people that do that. Right? Okay. So there is a inquiry about what are the kinds of things that we could be doing to mitigate, right? The mitigation takes some dedication, it takes some consistency, and it's things like going on to the Borax protocol. It's things like the earthing that I just said, moderating the time and availability of electronics, but then also paying attention to cultivating zones of awareness that feed your soul, feed the upliftment part of your life that's not related to technology. Okay. It could be spending time going for walks in the woods, of course. It could be spending time singing sacred music. It could be spending time with crystal bowls. It could be, there's so many things that we could be doing. And that doesn't necessarily need to match how much time we spend with technology, but it definitely does need to be consistent daily. I would say at least a half hour. Some people will tell you 3 hours. I've heard some people talk about it as in you need at least 3 hours of that to properly manage your system in this world. Right? So some of the things that I've been doing the dark field analysis with people's bloods, and there is an astonishing couple that totally catapulted to the top of the list of the cleanest blood. And there's a few things. One is they're extremely unplugged. They've been on the borax, and they were seeing a naturopath to over several weeks to detox their system, their deep systems of harmful EMF. Okay. So electromagnetic fields, not all electromagnetic fields are bad, but they're the ones associated with dirty electricity, 5G, this kind of stuff. These are heavily toxic. So they went through a protocol that took several weeks, or actually maybe a couple months, if I'm remembering what she told me, a couple months, where they were seeing him, their naturopath regularly, and getting a thorough EMF detox out of their system. And they have they have the clearest blood. I can confirm that whatever that detox was, it definitely works. It definitely works. And, we are coming to the point where we need to decide about the lifestyle we're going to live. And I'm starting to get to this place, and I don't know, I'm not necessarily ready to say I'm going to die on that hill yet, but I'm getting ready to get to this place where I don't know how much compromise there can be, like, for example, living in a city. I think living in a city might be very counterproductive for people that want to have healthy, vibrant lives, healthy, vibrant bodies. Because the infiltration is everywhere. It's in, it's the food, it's the air, it's the electricity, it's everywhere. It's ambient. Every time we take a breath, we're taking in millions of particles that are associated with these things. So it seems like being in the country might be the only solution. I don't know. I'm debating about that. I need to go look at, I need to do an analysis of all the people that live in the country, their blood, because I've been like in parts of Montana and the hydrogel situation was absolutely off the charts there. So it's hard to say. So it's hard to say if the country, being in the country, is actually a solution or not. I'm just remembering that and here in real time about that, about going out, being there in Montana. Um, anyway, I guess I'm kind of getting off topic here. So how do we keep our humanity while these narratives are playing out on the people that we love? This is the challenge that each and every one of us has right now. Keeping your humanity means you're not going to dehumanize another person because they have fallen susceptible to the programming, right? Keeping your humanity means you're staying compassionate for the people that are, well, they're kind of like behaving like addicts, right? They're taken over and they're addicts. I guess we have to decide where that line is. Is it cutting them off? Is it, say, I don't think cutting them off is quite right. Keeping your distance, maybe reminding them who they are every time you can, or when it's possible, when it's receivable, that kind of thing. There's you know what? That's that spiritual thing. The people that think that their spiritual practice is going to keep them from this. This is important to get over. Actually, I had a pretty hostile interaction with somebody that deeply believes this, and I didn't know. I didn't know that they were aware of these things, but I only know about the interaction that we had, and I was really, I didn't understand it, but then I realized, oh, this person talked to that person and talked to that person. Like it was kind of like that kind of thing. So we all have to work together to figure this out. It's not just one person. And right now, I feel like the role that I'm in is just keep informing people as much as I possibly can and keep showing people the proof in their blood. You can't deny it. There are things in your blood that show you that what I'm saying is really happening. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you dance the kukaraka. It doesn't matter if you dance the jibbity jab. It doesn't. None of those things matter because the building blocks for this agenda is ambient. All it needs is the electrical field to organize these materials within your system, and it can come online.